Om Shri Sai Ram. Our dearest Mother Sai, to you who are our inner inspirer and guide of our studies of the Holy Vedas, we humbly place this Veda recital at your divine lotus feet and pray. Continue to guide us on this path and draw us ever near to you until we become one with you. This is an offering of your children, the Veda Union network of Veda chanting groups from Europe. Om Shri Sai Ram.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anashrinvannotibhisida Sadhanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhir Vajinivati Dhinama Vitriyavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Om Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishabe Namaha Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyam Utate Namaha Yata Ishu Shivatama Shivam Babhuvate Dhanuhu Shiva Sharavya Yata Vatayano Rudramridaya Yate Rudra Shiva Tanura Ghora Papakashini Tayanastanu Vashantamaya Girishanta Vichakashihi Yamishum Girishanta Haste Bibhashyastave Shivan Giritratan Kurumahigum Sir Purushan Jagat Shivena Vachasatva Girisha Chavadamasi Yatha Nasarvamid Jagada Yakshmagum Sumana Asat Adhyavochadati Bhakta Prathamo Devyo Bhishak Ahigascha Sarvan Jampayan Sarvashchayatu Dhanyaha Asau Yastamro Aruna Uta Babrusu Mangalaha Ye Che Magum Rudra Abhito Dikshu Shrita Sahasrasho Vaishagum Heda Imahe Asau Yo Basarpati Nilagrivo Vilohitaha Utainam Gopa Adrishan Udaharyaha Utainam Vishwa Bhutani Sadrishto Nridayatinaha Namo Astu Nilagrivaya Sahasrakshaya Midhushe Atho Ye Asya Sattva Mohantebhyo Karannamaha Pramuncha Dhanvanastva Muphayoratni Yorjam Yashate Hasta Ishavah Parata Bhagavo Vapa Avatatya Dhanustvagum Sahasraksha Shate Shudhe Nishirya Shalyana Mukha Shivo Nasumana Bhava Vijjandanuh Kapardino Vishalyo Banavagum Uta Aneshan Nasyeshava Abhurasya Nishangatihi Yate Hetirni Dhushtamhaste Babhuvate Dhanuhu Tayasman Vishvatastvamayakshmaya Paribhuja Namaste Astvayudhaya Natataya Drishnade Ubhabhyam Utate Namo Bahubhyam Tava Dhanvane परितेऽन्वनो हेतिरस्मान् वृणक्तु विश्वतः अथो य इषुधिस्तवारे अस्मन्निधेहितम् नमस्ते अस्तु भगवन् विश्वेश्वराय महादेवाय त्रयम्बकाय त्रिपुरान्तकाय त्रिकाग्निकालाय कालाग्निरुद्राय नीलकण्ठाय मृत्युञ्जयाय सर्वेश्वराय सदाशिवाय श्रीमन्महादेवाय नमः नमो हिरण्यबाहवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमो नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमो नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमो नमो बब्लुषाय दिव्याधिनेनानां पतये नमो नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमो नमो भवस्य धेत्यै जगतां पतये नमो नमो रुद्राय तताविने क्षेत्राणां पतये नमो नमः सूताय हन्त्याय वनानां पतये नमो नमो रोहिताय सपतये वृक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो मन्त्रिणे वाणिजाय कक्षाणां पतये नमो नमो भुवन्तये वारिवस्कृताय औषधीनां पतये नमो नम उच्चैघोषाय क्रन्दयते पत्तीनां पतये नमो नमः कृत्स्नभीताय धावते सत्त्वनां पतये नमः नमः सहमानाय निव्याधिन आव्याधिनीनां पतये नमो नमः ककुभाय निषङ्गिने सेनानां पतये नमो नमो निषङ्गिन इषुधिमते तस्कराणां पतये नमो नमो वञ्चते परिवञ्चते सायूणां पतये नमो नमो निचेरवे परिचरायारण्यानां पतये नमो नमः सृकादिभ्यो जिघागुं सद्भ्यो मुष्णतां पतये नमो नमो सिमद्भ्यो नक्तञ्चरद्भ्यः प्रकृन्तानां पतये नमो नम उष्णीषिणे गिरिचराय कुरुञ्चानां पतये नमो नम इषुमद्भ्यो धन्वादिभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आतन्वानेभ्यः प्रतिदधानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम आयच्छद्भ्यो विसृजद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमोऽस्यद्भ्यो विद्यद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नम आसीनेभ्यः शयानेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः स्वपद्भ्यो जाग्रद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तिष्ठद्भ्यो धावद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सभाभ्यः सभापतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो अश्वेभ्यो श्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः नम आव्याधिनीभ्यो विविद्यन्तीभ्यश्च वो नमो नम उगनाभ्यस्त्रिगुंहतीभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो घृत्सेभ्यो घृत्सपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो व्रातेभ्यो व्रातपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो गणेभ्यो गणपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो विरूपेभ्यो विश्वरूपेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो महद्भ्यः क्षुल्लकेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथिभ्यो रथेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमो रथेभ्यो रथपतिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः सेनाभ्यः सेनानिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः क्षत्रिभ्यः सङ्ग्रहीतृभ्यश्च वो नमो नमस्तक्षभ्यो रथकारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः कुलालेभ्यः कर्मारेभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः पुञ्जिष्टेभ्यो निषादेभ्यश्च वो नमो नम इषुकृद्भ्यो धन्वकृद्भ्यश्च वो नमो नमो मृगयुभ्यश्वनिभ्यश्च वो नमो नमः श्वभ्यश्वपतिभ्यश्च वो नमः
नमो
भवाय च रुद्राय च नमः शर्वाय च पशुपतये च नमो नीलग्रीवाय च शितिकण्ठाय च नमः कपर्दिने च व्युक्तकेशाय च नमः सहस्राक्षाय च शतधन्वने च नमो गिरिशाय च शिपिविष्टाय च नमो मीथुष्टमाय चेषुमते च नमो ह्रस्वाय च वामनाय च नमो बृहते च वर्षीयसे च नमो वृद्धाय च संवृध्वने च नमो अग्र्याय च प्रथमाय च नमः आशवे च जिराय च नमः शीघ्रियाय च शीभ्याय च नमः ऊर्म्याय च वस्वन्याय च नमः स्रोतस्याय च द्वीप्याय च
नमो
ज्येष्ठाय च कनिष्ठाय च नमः पूर्वजाय च परजाय च नमो मध्यमाय च पगल्भाय च नमो जघन्याय च बुद्धियाय च नमः सोऽभ्याय च प्रतिसर्याय च नमो याम्याय च क्षेम्याय च नमः उर्वर्याय च कल्याय च नमः श्लोक्याय च वसान्याय च नमो वन्याय च कक्ष्याय च नमः श्रवाय च प्रतिश्रवाय च नमः आशुषेनाय चाशुरथाय च नमः शूराय च वभिन्दते च नमो वर्मिने च वरूथिने च नमो बिल्मिने च कवचिने च नमः श्रुताय च श्रुतसेनाय च
नमो
दुन्दुभ्याय च हनन्याय च नमो कृष्णवे च प्रमृषाय च नमो दूताय च प्रहिताय च नमो निषङ्गिने चेषुधिमते च नमस्तीक्ष्णेशवे चायुधिने च नमः स्वायुधाय च सुधन्वने च नमस्कृत्याय च पथ्याय च नमः कात्याय च नीत्याय च नमः सूर्याय च सरस्याय च नमो नाद्याय च वैशन्ताय च नमः कूप्याय च भत्याय च नमो वर्ष्याय च वर्ष्याय च नमो मेघ्याय च विद्युत्याय च नमः ईध्रियाय च तप्याय च नमो वात्याय च रेश्मियाय च नमो वास्तव्याय च वासुपाय च ॐ हर 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 ॐ नमः सोमाय च रुद्राय च नमस्ताम्राय चारुणाय च नमः शङ्गाय च पशुपतये च नमः उग्राय च भीमाय च नमो अग्रे वधाय च दूरे वधाय च नमो हन्त्रे च हनीयसे च नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यो नमस्ताराय नमः शम्भवे च मयोभवे च नमः शङ्कराय च मयस्कराय च नमः शिवाय च शिवतराय च नमस्तेत्याय च कूल्याय च नमः पार्याय च वार्याय च नमः प्रतरनाय चोत्तरनाय च नमः आतार्याय च लाड्याय च नमः षष्ट्याय च फेन्याय च नमः सिकत्याय च प्रभात्याय च
नमः
किरिण्याय च प्रपथ्याय च नमः किगुंशिलाय च क्षयनाय च नमः कपर्दिने च पुलस्तये च नमो गोष्ट्याय च गृह्याय च नमस्तव्याय च गेह्याय च नमः कात्याय च गह्वरेष्ठाय च नमो प्रलयाय च निवेष्ट्याय च नमः पागुंसव्याय च रजस्याय च नमः शुष्याय च हरित्याय च नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च नमः ऊर्व्याय च सूर्याय च नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णशद्याय च नमो पगुरमानाय चाभिघ्नते च नमः आखिदते च प्रखिदते च नमो वः किरिकेभ्यो देवानागुं हृदयेभ्यो नमो विक्षीणकेभ्यो नमो विचिन्वत्केभ्यो नम आनिर्हतेभ्यो नम आमीवत्केभ्यः द्रापे अन्धसस्पते दरिद्रन्नीललोहिता येषां पुरुषाणामेषां पशूनां माभेर्मा रोमो येषां किञ्चनामवत् या ते रुद्रशिवा तनु शिवा विश्वाह भेषजी शिवा रुद्रस्य भेषजी तया नो मृडजीवसे इमागं रुद्राय तवसे कपर्दिने क्षयद्वीराय प्रभरामहे मतिम् यथा नः शमसद्विपदे चतुष्पदे विश्वम् पुष्टम् ग्रामे अस्मिन्ननातुरम् मृदालो रुद्रोतनो मयस्कृति क्षयद्वीराय नमसा विधेमते यच्छञ्च योश्च मनुराय जे पिता तदश्याम तव रुद्रः प्रणीतौ मानो महान्तमुतमानो अर्धकम् मान उक्षन्तमुतमान उक्षितम् मानो बहिः पितरम् मोत मातरम् प्रियामानस्तनुवो रुद्ररीरिषः मानस्तोके तनये मान आयुषि मानो गोषु मानो अश्वेषु रीरिषः वीरान्मानो रुद्रभामितो बहिर्हविष्मन्तो नमसा विधेमते आराते गोघ्न उत पूरुषग्ने क्षयद्वीराय सुम्नमस्मे ते अस्तु रक्षा च नो अधि च देव ब्रूह्यथा च नः शर्म यच्छद्विदर्भाः स्तुहि श्रुतम् गर्त सदैयुवानम् मृगन्न भीममुपहत्नुमुग्रम् मृदा चरित्रे रुद्रस्तवानो अन्यन्ते अस्मन्निवपन्तु सेनाः परिणो रुद्रस्य हेतिर्वृणक्तु परित्वेषस्य दुर्मतिरघायोः अवस्थिरा भगवद्भ्यस्तनुष्वमीध्वस्तोकाय तनयाय मृदया मेदुष्टमशिवतम शिवो नः सुमना भव परमे वृक्ष आयुधम् निधाय कृत्तिम् वसान आचर पिनाकम् बिभ्रदागहि विकिरित विलोहित नमस्ते अस्तु भगवः यास्ते सहस्रगुम् हेतयोऽन्यमस्मन्निवपन्तु ताः सहस्राणि सहस्रधा बाहुवोस्तव हेतयः तासामीशानो भगवः पराचीनामुखाकृति सहस्राणि सहस्रशो ये रुद्रा अधिभूम्याम् तेषागुम् सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि अस्मिन् महत्यर्णवेऽन्तरिक्षे भवा अधि नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठाः शर्वा अधः क्षमाचराः नीलग्रीवा शितिकण्ठादिवगुम् रुद्रा उपश्रिताः ये वृक्षेषु सस्पिञ्जरा नीलग्रीवा विलोहिताः ये भूतानामधिपतयो विशिखासः कपर्दिनः ये अन्नेषु विविद्यन्ति पात्रेषु पिबतो जनान् ये पथाम् पथिरक्षय ऐलभृतायव्युदः ये तीर्थानि प्रचरन्ति सृकावन्तो निषङ्गिनः य एतावन्तश्च भूयागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्राभितस्फिरे तेषागुम् सहस्रयोजने वधन्वानि तन्मसि नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येऽन्तरिक्षे ये दिवि येषामन्नं वातो वर्षमिषवस्तेभ्यो दश प्राचीर्दश दक्षिणा दश प्रतीचीर्दशोदीचीर्दशोध्वास्तेभ्यो नमस्ते नो मृदयन्तु ते यन्विष्मो यश्च नो द्वेष्टितं वोचं भेदधामि त्रयम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् यो रुद्रो अग्नौ यो अप्सु य ओषधीषु यो रुद्रो विश्वा भुवना विवेश तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ये ते सहस्रमयुतं पाशा मृत्यो मर्त्याय हन्तवे तान् यज्ञस्य मायया सर्वानवयजामहे मृत्यवे स्वाहा मृत्यवे स्वाहा प्राणानां ग्रन्थिरसि रुद्रो मा विशान्तकः तेनान्येनाप्यायस्व नमो रुद्राय विष्णवे मृत्युर्मे पाहि तमुष्टु हि यस्विषुः सुधन्वायो विश्वस्य क्षयति भेषजस्य यक्ष्वामहेसौ मनसाय रुद्रं नमोऽभिर्देवमसुरन्दुवस्य अयं मे हस्तो भगवान् अयं मे भगवत्तरः अयं मे विश्ववेशजो यगुं शिवाभिमर्शनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः शञ्च मे मयश्च मे प्रियञ्च मे नुकामश्च मे कामश्च मे सौमनसश्च मे भद्रञ्च मे श्रेयश्च मे पस्यश्च मे यशश्च मे भगश्च मे द्रविणञ्च मे यन्ता च मे धर्ता च मे क्षेमश्च मे धृतिश्च मे विश्वञ्च मे महश्च मे संविच्च मे ज्ञात्रं च मे सोश्च मे प्रसोश्च मे सीरञ्च मे लयश्च मरुतञ्च मे मृतञ्च मे यक्ष्मञ्च मे नामयच्च मे जीवातुश्च मे दीर्घायुत्वञ्च मे नमित्रञ्च मे भयञ्च मे सुगञ्च मे शयनञ्च मे सूषा च मे सुदिनञ्च मे शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः निधनपतये नमः निधनपतान्तिकाय नमः ऊर्ध्वाय नमः ऊर्ध्वलिङ्गाय नमः हिरण्याय नमः हिरण्यलिङ्गाय नमः सुवर्णाय नमः सुवर्णलिङ्गाय नमः दिव्याय नमः दिव्यलिङ्गाय नमः भवाय नमः भवलिङ्गाय नमः शर्वाय नमः शर्वलिङ्गाय नमः शिवाय नमः शिवलिङ्गाय नमः ज्वराय नमः ज्वालिङ्गाय नमः आत्माय नमः आत्मलिङ्गाय नमः परमाय नमः परमलिङ्गाय नमः एतत् सोमस्य सूर्यस्य सर्वलिङ्गस्थापयति पाणिमन्त्रं पवित्रम् सद्यो जातं प्रपद्यामि सद्यो जाताय वै नमो नमः भवे भवेनाति भवे भवस्व माम् भवोद्भवाय नमः वामदेवाय नमो ज्येष्ठाय नमः श्रेष्ठाय नमो रुद्राय नमः कालाय नमः कलविकरणाय नमो बलविकरणाय नमो बलाय नमो बलप्रमथनाय नमः सर्वभूतदमनाय नमो मनोन्मनाय नमः अघोरेभ्यो खगोरेभ्यो घोरघोरतरेभ्यः सर्वेभ्यः सर्वशर्वेभ्यो नमस्ते अस्तु रुद्ररूपेभ्यः तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नो रुद्रः प्रचोदयात् ईशानः सर्वविद्यानाम् ईश्वरः सर्वभूतानां ब्रह्माधिपतिर्ब्रह्मणोऽधिपतिर्ब्रह्मा शिवो मे अस्तु सदा शिवो नमो हिरण्यबाहवे हिरण्यवर्णाय हिरण्यरूपाय हिरण्यपतये अम्बिकापतये उमापतये पशुपतये नमो नमः ऋतगुं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः सर्वो वै रुद्रस्तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु पुरुषो वै रुद्रः सम्महो नमो नमः विश्वं भूतं भुवनं चित्रं बहुधा जातं जायमानं च यत् सर्वो ह्येष रुद्रस्तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु कद्रुद्राय प्रचेतसे नीधुष्टमाय तव्यसे वोचे मशन्तमगुं हृदे सर्वो ह्येष रुद्रस्तस्मै रुद्राय नमो अस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पं पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति अग्निवा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति योऽग्नेरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अग्नेरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति वायुर्वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो वायोरायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै वायोरायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति असौ वैतपन्नपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो मुष्यतपत आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वा अमुष्यतपत आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यश्चन्द्रमस आयतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै चन्द्रमस आयतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति नक्षत्राणि वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यो नक्षत्राणामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै नक्षत्राणामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति पर्जन्यो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः पर्जन्यस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै पर्जन्यस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योपामायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति संवत्सरो वा अपामायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति यः संवत्सरस्यायतनं वेद आयतनवान् भवति आपो वै संवत्सरस्यायतनम् आयतनवान् भवति य एवं वेद योऽप्सु नाभं प्रतिष्ठितां वेद प्रत्येव तिष्ठति ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
गो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
जननीं साईमां देवी सत्यसाई जगद्गुरु पादपद्मे तयोषित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः नमस्ते प्रेमरूपाय नमस्ते परमात्मने नमस्ते साईनाथाय नमस्ते सत्यसाईने ओम श्री साई राम। सविनय सप्रेम सकुटुंब सहित कोटि कोटि साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम at the divine lotus feet of my beloved master. My beloved Baba, revered elders, and my dear brothers and sisters. At the very outset, I am extremely fortunate to be a part of a puppet show so lovingly and so caringly organized by my beloved Divine Mother. It reminds me of a wonderful incident when Bhagavan very graciously had called me for an interview. And during the course of the interview, Bhagavan very lovingly and tenderly asked me, "Puppet, where is God?" I said, "Baba, God is everywhere." Swami said, "How do you know it?" I said, "Baba, I know it." Bhagavan very gracefully very spontaneously corrected me and he said, "Puppet, knowing is not enough. Kadu kadu. First feel it, then know it, then experience it and realize it." We all know that he is here because he has made us realize in no uncertain terms that he is omniscient, omnipotent and omnipresent. But the million-dollar question is that this knowledge, is it enough? I must feel it. Do I feel it? If I feel it, then have I experienced it? If I have experienced it, has it become my own personal realization and my own experience? And am I fully established in that conviction? Or am I still looking for evidence? Or am I still living to find out the signs of his all-pervading divine principle of Mahavishnu? Bhagavan, particularly in last 10 years, inspired me to speak on ABC of life. The Divine Mother wanted me to learn the most beautiful aspects of his fundamental teachings. So in various interviews which he very graciously and mercifully granted to me, he kept on teaching me ABC of life. And over a period of time, with his divine grace, I was able to touch upon in his very immediate divine presence, as we are also experiencing the divine presence of our beloved Lord now and here. And he mentioned to me that ABC of life starts with ABC. Always be careful. Always be cautious. Always be charitable. Always be concerned. Always be compassionate. Always be cheerful. ABC. Avoid bad company. And then he gave us very gracefully the D. Duty, discipline, dedication, discrimination, and devotion. A, B, C, D, E. Be energetic, be enterprising, and be eager to learn the ways of the life, and be anxious and eager to the most mysterious, mischievous, and most brilliant ways of the Divine Master. And then he very beautifully gave us the F. Follow the Master, face the devil, fight till the end, finish the game. And then he said, G, be gracious, be grateful, above all, be godly. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, be honest, be humble, be holy. H, I, practice intellectual devotion, not blind leading the blind. Buddhi ledu. Practice intellectual devotion, integrity. Above all, intensity. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Be jubilant. Because we are living with God, we are dealing with God, we are living in Him, and if necessary, we will die for Him. Be jubilant. Be joyous. And He told us what is joy. And the joy and you really are in enjoyment. Joy, Jesus first, others next. Puppet, you are last. And then finally he said, J, be just. Be a very good judge of your own self. And be a very efficient advocate for others' virtues. But as luck would have it, Puppet is a very good advocate of his own ego and ignorance and arrogance. And when it comes to others, he becomes very judgmental. That's how this puppet loves in the world, drifting away from the Master's divine principle. And then he says he knows it, and yet he doesn't feel it. Experience and realization is far, far away. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Be a king. Bhagavan time and again reminded me, Amrutasya putraha. You are not ordinary, you are extraordinary. You came with me as my contemporary. Where is the question of illness, sickness, helplessness? Where is the question of disappointment, discontentment and misery? The fundamental teaching of Rama is, Sai Rama is, Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate. Not once in a while out of flukes, Baba is mysteriously victor. No, Kadu Kadu, che. Ramo Rajamani Sada Vijayate. Umpteen number of times, Bhagavan very graciously reminded that with God there is no failure. I remember Bhagavan once told me in Trai Vrindavan that puppet Krishna went to the palace of Dusasana as as ambassador of peace. He came back empty-handed at physical level. He wanted to avert the Mahabharata war. Did he succeed? No, he didn't. But Bhagavan said that was part of Krishna Leela. And then very beautifully, smilingly, he told me, puppet, such Leela of failure will not be in Sai avatar. Because this avatar will never fail. This avatar is the embodiment of Aishwaryam, Vaibhavam and Vijayam. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Be a king. And then be a knowledge. Be a man of knowledge. The highest knowledge. What is that knowledge? And Bhagavan very beautifully says in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, who becomes his devotee? Tulya ninda sutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthirmatir bhaktimanya priyo nama santushta satatam yogi yatatmam dhradhanishchaya mayyar pita manor buddhi sthirmati. Swami once told me, puppet, घर के सामने गंगा बहता है, तुम जाके बाथरूम में नहाता है, छे अक्ल नहीं है क्या? When we have our divine mother, Mother Sai, the wish fulfilling tree. A devotee once went to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa Deva in Dakshineshwara and he said, Master, 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 we understand the Almighty Lord is like Kalpavruksha. Is it really true? How do I know it? Master very beautifully smiled and he said, looking at young Narendra who ultimately became Swami Vivekananda, the powerhouse of Indian spirituality and science. He said, my son, first learn to sit under the tree and your wish will be fulfilled. Did puppet sit under the master? I remember in this very interview room, when I was alone with Baba in the inner room, one day he told me, puppet, do you understand? And then he very beautifully told me, stand under the master and you will understand. Am I prepared to stand under him? Am I prepared to follow his command? Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahansa Deva once very beautifully has said, and it is recorded very beautifully and graphically in Gospel of Ramakrishna Deva, that there are three types of devotees. One is God-fearing. Let's not talk about him. He bends down on his knee only to ask forgiveness. He thinks that this mighty divine power has come to retribute the law of karma. And there is God loving. He is superior. But Paramahansa Deva said, there is yet another class of devotees who are God abiding. Do or die, not to question why. Am I prepared to do that? I leave it to myself to answer. That requires tremendous amount of introspection, contemplation, and meditation. Let's move on. K, be like a king. And then be a man of knowledge. And finally, Bhagavan said, you are part of the mankind. So become the embodiment of kindness. I remember once we were sitting in this beautiful holy veranda. Swami came in the afternoon. The previous day he had given us a wonderful interview. I think within 45 minutes, Bhagavan had materialized about 6 rings and a lingam. Looking at me, he said, Kaisa hai? How is everything? I said, Baba, you're too kind. I still remember Bhagavan's most pertinent answer, and he said, puppet, kindness is my form. When you are kind, then only you are justified in saying that you belong to mankind. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Be loving. L, living. L, listening. L, learning. above all, L, lifting. You rise above from the physical and then only understand the divine. How do you expect the finite to be understanding the infinite? With my limited senses, what possibility is there? What scope is there to understand the ocean of compassion and knowledge? Unless and until I am prepared to lift myself. That's why Bhagavan said, you are a man. That is not the complete truth. It is half truth. You are divine. Mamaivansho jiva loke jiva bhutas sanatana. That is the complete truth. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So loving, learning, lifting, listening, living. M, be modest. Master the mind and you are the mastermind. N, be nobody. One of the reasons why Duryodhana lost the war of Mahabharata, because he thought he was a doer. He thought he knew it. Knowership, doership, and doership. That brought the downfall of Duryodhana. Whereas Arjuna realized the Vishwarup darshan of Lord Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the 11th chapter, and he said finally, Nasto moha smutir labdha. Oh Lord, I am only the nimitta matram. And then he also realized that Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. It is because of Vasudev Krishna that Arjun was able to say, Jai Ho Pandava, Jai Ho Yogeshwara. I remember once, Bhagavan very graciously had called me for an interview, and Bhagavan asked me, hey puppet, I want something from you. I got really excited. I said, this is the golden chance. I said, Baba, bolo, jaldi bolo. Please tell me. Baba said, puppet, I want you to be successful. I looked at him. I was aghast. I was speechless. Swami said, puppet, in your success, my majesty is glorified. In your success, my splendor is enhanced. We have such divine father and mother, Sai, who wished only one thing, that we should be happy. I remember once Bhagavan, when I was going back to London, he said, puppet, jata hai? Kabhi? I said, Baba, sham ki aarti ke baad jayenge. Chala santosham. Be happy. Bhagavan knew, puppet didn't understand. Khopadi thik nahi hai. He asked me, what is the spelling of happy? I said, Baba, Happy. He said, do you understand what is that? H, be holy. A, be aware. P, be peaceful. P, be persistent. Y, be yogi. And you are happy. Then you are eternally happy. Then Brahmanandam, Paramanandam, Nityanandam, Akhandanandam, Atmanandam, Adbhutanandam, Ashcharyanandam, Premanandam, Yoganandam, Turyanandam, and now Satyanandam. Now Satyanandam. Eternally blissful. Not when things are going wrong, you are down and under, and when things are okay, you feel it, everything is hunky-dory. Che. It's like passing cloud. Hijklmn. Be noble. Be nobody. And then Bhagavan moved on. Oh, be obedient. Be organized. Buddhi yogam dadatu me. Haven't I given you intellect? Just imagine if there is a bulb which is fused in your bedroom, do you call a electrical engineer? Or do you call an electrician? Or do you fix it yourself? It's a 60-volt bulb. It's available in the supermarket. You go and pay probably 10, 20 rupees. In London, you pay, I think, 1.50p and you get the new bulb and job is done. If you call an electrical engineer qualified one, what he will do? Probably he will charge you, call charges of 75 pounds. And then he will say, you are a stupid man, isn't it? For this you called me? Che. Sir, are you out of your mind? Have you gone crazy? That's what literally I am doing with Baba. I have a problem and I run to him. Baba, please find a job for me. I have a marriageable daughter and I go and tell him that, Baba, please find a match for her. Huh? Is Baba www.sadi.com or what? Huh? Has he opened a employment exchange branch in Prashanti Nilayam or what? Are buddhi yogam dadatu me. Swami once very categorically told me, puppet, what is available in the marketplace in the world, don't ask for it. You need money, go and work for it. You are in desperate need of money, go to bank and get the loan. You are looking for a job, then become eligible and find a job. You are not keeping well, look after your health, go for the jogging, do yogasanam, kapalabhati, anulom vilom, become healthy. That's your duty. Jantunam narma dharma durlabham, I gave you the birth, now you look after him. Buddhi yogam dadatu me. Bhagavan Krishna says very categorically. But for small thing I go to him. Baba ye bhi kar do, wo bhi kar do, Baba aap kuch sunta nahi hai, Baba aap letter padha ke nahi padha? Akkal nahi hai. Chhe. I remember Bhagavan, after the Guru Purnima festival, he very graciously called me for an interview. I'm taking the liberty of saying that there were about 10 boys from Vrindavan. The main contingent of Vrindavan campus boys, they had gone back, I think, to Whitefield with Bhagavan's grace and his permission. These boys were detained by Swami for a specific purpose. Bhagavan called us, and as he was about to close the door, he looked at me and he said, puppet, chalo. He took me inside. And the statement which made by Baba has been imprinted in my heart. He came forward, he looked into my eyes and he said, puppet, here is a multi-million facet diamond. You are treating me like a paperweight. Here is the Almighty Lord. And I come to Him to resolve my petty issue which can be solved in the marketplace. And then Bhagavan said, ask something from God which the world cannot give you. The beautiful, holy, divine joy. The bliss, Anandam. If you look at the avataric mission of Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, I am taking the liberty of saying in front of Baba, he did only one thing. Only one and one thing. This educare, this medicare, this social care, these are all his branch. It is not the seed of his activity. What he did is Anandam, Brahmanandam, Paramanandam, Nityanandam, Paramasukadam, Kevalam, Jnanamurtim, Dandva Atitam, Gagana Satrudam, Tattvamasya Dilaksham, Ekam, Nityam, Vimal Achalam, Sarvada, Sakshi Bhutam, Sai Natham, Trigunarahitam, Sadgurutvam Namami. Throughout his career, sitting in this portico, either here, or in Whitefield, or in Sai Shruti, or in Sundaram, wherever physically Bhagwan, or wherever he was in his cosmic form, he did only one and one thing. He told me, I have come here to give you Anandam and to make you realize Shivam Shantam Advaitam, Satchit Anandam, Satyam Shivam Sundaram. Puppet, you are not ordinary. Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma. Amritasya Putraha. Shunvantu. Listen. Tasma Jagratam. 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 Arise, awake and stop not till the goal is reached. And then came the most famous alphabet of Baba when he himself said in his divine discourse, P, I am the embodiment of purity. I am the embodiment of peace. I am the embodiment of patience. In one of the private interviews, Baba, his sense of humor was amazing. But then even during the sense of humor also, he was also telling us the most profound truth. The greatness of Baba was that he was coming down to my level. Like the loving, tender mother, he used to bend down to lift me and teach me. He said, Puppet, you are also embodiment of 3 P's, isn't it? Power, possession, property. And yet I have told you many times, property is not the propertize. So this evening when Bhagavan has given me this golden opportunity, I thought that since the time Bhagavan has taken Mahasamadhi, has he? Do I know it or do I feel it? I leave these thoughts with all my ammas, sisters and brothers tonight to ask yourself, is he here, here or here? A devotee came once to Dakshineshwar, Bhagavan Ramakrishna Puramas Deva, after the morning worship, had just come into Dakshineshwar in his divine abode. He said, Master, I have a question. Thakur said, Bolo. He said, Baba, what is the difference between knowledge and ignorance? Bhagavan beautifully smiled and he said, my son, if you think that God is there, you are the embodiment of ignorance. If you think that God is here, pointing at his chest, then you are a man of supreme knowledge. It is as simple as that. So I'm taking the liberty in front of and with his divine approval of my beloved Swami, that tonight, as we celebrate the commencement of Navratri and the commencement of the Prema Yagna, which is known as Ram Seva, kindly please, 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 I beg of you, ask yourself, do you really and truly understand and feel where he is? Whatever answers that you find, it's between you and Swami. But be very honest. Let's move on. With the authority of Bhagavan, with his divine will, and with his command, this evening I want to touch upon the next alphabet, Q. I remember I was sitting in Darshan line. I had just come from London. As it is, puppet is a very hyper man, very high grade. I'm a typical specimen of 21st century. Swami once told me, puppet, daytime your mind is working 100%, at night time 200%. Because at daytime you make money, at night time you are already invested it, earned the interest, and you already deposit for another investment. That is worldly man. So as he came in the Sai Ramesh hall, I was very anxious to talk to him, and I got up. And Bhagavan very beautifully told me, puppet, quiet. He just did like this. And I was made to sit down. So that is the first lesson he taught me. Q, be quiet. Maunam sarvartha sadhanam. It is better not to speak than to speak which you have never thought about it. That is why Bhagavan categorically emphasized Trikana Shuddhi. Kayena vachana manasa. Puppet says something, does something, means something else. Bhagavan once told me, puppet, in spirituality there is no scope of hypocrisy. Whom are you trying to impress? First get pressed. Don't try to impress. Anyway, so brothers, the first lesson which I learned from Bhagavan Baba is be quiet. He said, it's only in the intense silence you heard the footsteps of Lord. Every sage, every living master, whether it is Ramana, Maharshi, or Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa Deva, or Swamiji Maharaj, Swami Vivekananda, they all practice silence, profound silence. It's not the question of physical silence. Swami once told me, wearing white, it doesn't mean that you are pure. Don't misunderstand me. I'm repeating what Swami said. All of you wearing white, that means that you are uniformly dressed. But are you united in thought, words and deed? That is unity. Sitting together in a disciplined manner and keeping quiet, but the mind is already gone to Los Angeles, San Francisco and Disney World and come back without buying the ticket and having the visa and passport. You are already overseas return, isn't it? Foreign return. Sitting in Sai Kulwant Hall in front of Baba, when Baba is giving the talam, Puppet is already in London. I'm sitting in front of my wife, enjoying her rasam, sambar and dosa. How pathetic it is. How deplorable. Swami once told me, shame on you. अरे मैं इधर बैठा है फिर भी तुम सोचता है. Once he told me, लंदन में भी सोता है, इधर आकर भी सोता है. लंदन में भी खाना पीना सोना मरना, इधर भी यही काम करता है. Brothers and sisters, don't misunderstand me. Today I am doing everything in the spirit of Atma Nivedanam. Swadhyaya pravachanam na pramaditavyam. I am doing my own swadhyaya. Bhagavan once told me, Puppet, when you are talking, who is listening first? You. Because your ears are nearer to your mouth than me. So I am telling my own self, it's time. It's high time that I feel him, that I know him, that my endeavor should be to experience him. Kanu kanu, anu anu, kshanu kshanu. In every second, I must feel His presence. If I find a parking space in a jam-packed car park, it has been arranged by Him. It is a scientific, circumstantial evidence of Bhagwan's omnipresence. Nothing happens by coincidence. That's why Bhagwan very beautifully has said many times, there is no question of any accident. Everything in life is an incident. Let's move on. So the first lesson was be quiet. And then the second question was, which I learned from him, that if you really want to serve this master, then be quick. Time is running out. The world is watching. I remember Swami once told me that, Puppet, when 2,000 people are watching you, I'm repeating what he told me. Please listen very carefully. He said, when 2,000 people are watching you, 2,000 people are not watching you. 4,000 eyes are observing you. Be conscious of this fact. Every action, every reaction, every resound, every interaction, inner action, every move that you make is being scrutinized. So be aware that I am aware. So Q, be quiet. Next, be quick. Be quick to understand. When the master comes, I remember many times, umpteen number of times, Swami used to call us in the interview room out of pure love, pure selfless love. It's mind-blowing, I tell you. The amount of time that he has given us. My own parents have failed. I'm taking the liberty of saying. But Bhagavan Baba had all the time for me. Once he told me, Puppet is busy doing nothing, Sathya Sai doing is everything, and yet he has got time for Puppet. But Puppet, you ask him anything, busy doing. Busy, cheesy, busy and teasy. So be quick to understand what the master wants to teach us. Be quick to follow his footsteps. Be quick to understand him. That is why Bhagavan, while telling me the various aspects of pure intellect, he said, Tikshna buddhi, sukshma buddhi. Tikshna buddhi. Your intellect must be very sharp. One sign, one movement of lip, and you should understand what the master wants. Bhagavan once told me there are 3 types of devotees. One, he doesn't listen to what I say. Let's not talk about him. Less we speak, better it is for us. Then he said there is another one who does what I say. He's good, but he cannot be the best. There is yet another type of devotee, and that's what he expects from my brothers, students, and my sisters from Anandpur. When we are able to anticipate what he expects and we complete the task and we only say, Baba, completion report is submitted in the spirit of Kayena Vachana Manisendriyarva. Sarvavasya Samarpayami to Sarveshwara. Then there is some joy. Then we don't make him happy, we make him proud. Are kaam khatam ho gaya. Hukam karo. I have experienced that glow, that sparkle in his eyes, that $1 million facet of diamond dazzling when I tell him that, Baba, wo to kaam khatam kar diya aapke aashirwad se. Acha, kabhi kiya? Baba, kal raat ko hi khatam ho gaya. Chala santasham. Chala bangaru. Che. Puppet, kya karta hai? Aise Baba ka aashirwad hai. Achmanam samarpayami, naivedyam samarpamayami, sarvavastu samarpayami. So be quick, Swami told me. Last, very important, very profound, very practical. Q, be ready to quit. Am I ready to quit? I am so much engrossed in the worldly affairs of day-to-day affairs. I am so much saturated with my personal desire. I am so much attached to my body, my family. That's why Swami said umpteen number of times, Asthiram jivanam, astiram yauvanam, astiram bharya, putra, pautri, stiram satyam. My mind is dwelling only at physical level. 80% I am thinking about money and food. 10% I am sleeping. Other 10% I don't know what the hell is happening. And then I say, Jantunam Narajanma Durlabham. That my birth is very divine. That it is very rare. I must be joking, isn't it? Joking reminds me of a wonderful joke. We are talking about ABC. A young couple, but they were married for about 10 years. They were going for a walk. Incidentally, I narrated this in front of Swami also once. Baba was laughing all the time. I'm sure Swami is going to laugh most hilariously. They were going for a walk. The husband was holding the wife of his dear, beautiful wife. They were enjoying the natural scenery. They already enjoyed the sunset. And the husband said, "My dear, you are ABC." She said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." This joke has been reminded because we are talking about Baba's ABC. He said, "ABC. Oh, you are awesome. B, you are beautiful. C, you are charming." She was surprised. What's wrong with him? She said, "What do you mean?" He said, "A, B, C, D, E, F." He said, "What's that?" He said, "D, you are delightful. E, you are so elegant. F, you are so fanciful. A, B, C, D, E, F, G." He said, "Then what else?" He said, "You are H." He said, "What do you mean?" He said, "You are honey." She was over the moon. And she asked very politely and very beautifully and smilingly, he said, "What about I?" He said, "I? I was just kidding." I was simply kidding. That's what I have done with my life. I have always said that is Sathya Swarupa, Dharma Swarupa, Prema Swarupa, Shanti Swarupa. Is that enough? It was 21st of December, year 1989. I'm going back to almost 29 years. That incidentally was my first physical personal interview with Bhagwan Baba. During those days, there was no Sai Kulwantal. I'm saying for the benefit of the newcomers and my brothers who had come from London for the first time. We used to sit under the tree here near the East Prashanti. Bhagwan came and told me, "Puppet." During those days, Swami used to call me Rowdy. Yeah, you know what's the meaning of Rowdy? Find it out. He told me, "Puppet, Rowdy, go inside." During the course of the interview, Bhagwan was telling us so many fundamental instructions of his own divine Leelas and Mahimas, and then his profound teachings, and then suddenly he was encouraging us to ask questions. So he asked me, "Hey, you have any questions?" I don't know how I mustered the courage, and I said, "Baba, I want to ask you one question." I was talking to Swami in the interview for the first time. But he's so loving, so caring, so democratic. He said, "Bolo, bolo, bolo, kya bolta hai?" I said, "Baba, the scripture says, Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnana Murtim Dandvatitam Gagani Satrusam Tattamasyad Ilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimal Achalam Sarvada Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam." You are beyond the attributes of Sattva, Raja and Tama. You do not have any concept of pain and pleasure because you are beyond the duality. Then when Puppet is under pain, when I am going through severe anxiousness and anxiety and severe pain and grief, how do you experience it? Because you said that you are Brahmanandam. You are always in the state of ultimate, supreme Brahman. Bhagwan very beautifully smiled, brothers and sisters. He recited this mantra for my benefit again. He said, "Hey, Rowdy, you are right. You really want me to experience some pain?" I said, "Yes, Swami." And then he said something which is implanted in my heart. He said, "Then Puppet, Rowdy, you become like me. You become my reflection, then your pain will become my pain." Am I his reflection? Or am I the embodiment of ignorance, arrogance and doubt and suspicion? I need to ask myself. Bhagavan once told me, spirituality is the only field where you are the examiner. When you only set your own examination paper, and you only check your own examination paper and certify whether you have passed or failed. I only stand as an eternal witness. There is no vice chancellor. There is no principal. There is only Sarvada Sakshi Bhutam. Bhagavan also once told me, I am sharing for the sake of, in the spirit of caring and sharing. He said, Shikshak Shiksha Dega, Acharya Diksha Dega, Guru Omkar Dega. Ye Satyasai Avatar, Kali Yuga Avatar, Paripurna Avatar, Sakshi Bhav Dega. I will make you a witness. When you will realize that everything is impermanent and fleeting, and the only one which is Shivam Shantam Advaitam, Satchit Anandam, Satyam Shivam Sundaram, Satyam Gnanam Anantam Brahma, Sarvamiti, Sri Satyasai Avtaram. That's what Baba is. Let's move on. So be quick. I should be quick. Time is running out. Alhamdulillah, inshallah. Be quiet. Swami told me, do you know the formula of being quiet? This was when Bhagavan had come to Chennai for Atirudra Mahayagnam. He gave me 7 steps. First, wake up. Find out what is your identity. Wake up, stand up, dress up, look up, reach up, lift up. And then Bhagavan beautifully smiled and he says, now shut up. So for me also time has come to shut up. But with his permission, I will do the prayer. But before that, let's very conclusively wind it up. The alphabet F, Q. Be quiet. Be quick. And be ready to quit. We all know the entire Yogamaya is nothing but the game of Kissa Kursi ka. Power, position, that's all. Everybody is running from head to toe, from top to bottom, only to retain his power, without realizing that the internal power itself is the manifestation of the universal power. So I should be ready to quit. When the time has come, when the going is good, I must be able to give up my position. Let the new blood come. Swami told me, 3 things must be in circulation. Money should be in circulation. If they get accumulated at one place, that person is known as stinking rich. You know why stinking rich? English language is a very beautiful language. He stinks. And then when the water gets accumulated at one place, the water is polluted. It's not fit to drink. And then blood. We have so many doctors sitting around here, so I don't want to elaborate. When you have a blood clot and when the blood is circulation affected, you know what happens? Very mildly, God tells you, you bypass God, now you go for a bypass. Brothers and sisters, I should be ready to quit. And finally, Swami very recently has made me realize, am I ready to really quit this world also? I'm taking the liberty of telling you all that it's only last year when I came here at the divine lotus feet of my beloved Bhagavan, at his express will and command. I was going through chemotherapy. I was given only 3 months to live by a consultant. I went through 6 cycles of chemo. I saw the death physically, very closely. Swami came in my dream after about 4 months. I'm taking the liberty because we are all sitting in front of our Divine Father and we are all brothers and sisters. So there is no shame, there is no reservation, there is nothing to hide. Bhagavan told me, he was rubbing my left hand through which the chemo was given to me. It's a puppet. Baba was weeping actually. It's a puppet, pain will be there. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dosha dukkha darshanam. That is the way of life. But you have a choice whether to suffer or not to suffer. Pain is physical, suffering is mental. And I prayed to Swami from that very day that I will not take any more treatment. I was prescribed another 8 cycles of chemo. I'm not trying to upset any one of you. But the side effects of chemo are terrible. In the medical science, it is said that it is the most terrible therapy that a man can ever go through. It is nothing but poison. As we have a saying, diamond cuts the diamond, poison kills the poison. The nurse who used to give me my sisters told me in the hospital in London that we make you unwell so you get well. That's the irony of fate. But what I'm trying to tell you is that have I understood that when it is time to quit, I must bow down to him and tell him My dearest Lord, Yatha yogyam tatha kuru. It's your play. Please enjoy it. Please do not shortcut it. Please do not interfere in my karmas. After all, even if I have to live, where will I go? I come to Prashanti Nilayam. I've been coming here for last 30 years now. I spend 10 days, 7 days, depending upon His will, I go back. This time when I will be ready to quit, I'll be here permanently. Believe you me, I'll chase you and haunt you. Am I ready to quit? Willingly, lovingly, cheerfully, in the interest and in the spirit of complete Sharanagati. Because Baba told me that you recite in Vedam, na? Namakam Chamakam, brother Vednarayan sir very beautifully recites, Matischame Sumatischame. Swami told me once, puppet inside, Mati, Sumati, Gati, Pragati, Unnati, Urdhvagati, Sadgati and Virgati lies in Sharanagati. Have I surrendered to Him? If I have not, then I won't be able to quit. No, it's not easy. Lifelong accumulation, lifelong unfulfilled desires, lifelong vasanas and tendencies accumulated over a period of millions of births will not leave me so easily. I must be ready to quit. And the show must go on. Whether it is the position, whether it is organization, samiti, anything. Give up. I remember one Swami, to drive this message, he was holding his beautiful handkerchief. He said, puppet, they say giving up is very difficult. See, I'm holding it. It's gone. My hand is free now. But if I'm holding it, all my 5 fingers are busy. Let us be ready to quit. Did he not go according to his plan? Did he not quit his physical body for our sake? Is he not giving joy and bliss in the moments of his divine presence? Swami once told me, puppet, why fear when I am here? Not only here, but so near. Not only so near, but so dear. So be quiet. Be quick. And puppet, be ready to quit. Inshallah. Alhamdulillah. I will conclude with Samarpan prayer, which Bhagavan himself told me. Sarvavasya samarpayami to Sarveshwara, Satchidananda Swarupa, Sarvantaryami Swarupa. Sathya Dharma Shanti Prema Swarupa Avatara, Satyam Shivam Sundaram Avatara, Sarva Devata Avatara, Sarva Shakti Swarupa Avatara, Sarva Mantra Tantra Yantra Swarupa Avatara, Shiva Shakti Swarupa Avatara, Sadguru, Devguru, Jagadguru, Sri Sainath Maharajaye, Iti Shri Mangalavare, Mangalkari, Kalyankari, Gunakari, Sukhakari, Param Pavitra Dine, Navratri Mahatsave, Prashanti Nilayam Madhye, Sandhya Vandan Samaye, Sai Puja Nimitte, Sai Lingam, Sarvalingam, Divyalingam, Pavitralingam, Bhavyalingam, Tejasvilingam, Mahanlingam, Atmalingam, Jyotirlingam, Mrityum Jaya Lingam, Pujarthe, Savinay, Saprem, Sakutumba Sahit, Koti Koti, Sashtang, Danvat, Namaskaram, Prema Purvak, Bhakti Purvak, Saddha Purvak, Hriday Purvak, Punah Punah, Samarpayami. कायेन वाचान मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृति स्वभाव करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायति समर्पयामि सत्यनारायणायति समर्पयामि साई नारायणायति समर्पयामि. I love you, Baba. I need you. I deserve you. Because you taught me, Anyatha Sharanam Nasti. Tvameva Sharanam Mama. Tasmat Karunya Bhavena. Raksha Raksha Saishwara. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की। जय साई राम।